Hi, I'm Angie Nola, and I'm here with James Belko from Noir Solutions. He has enlisted our help as outsourced bookkeeping for his company, Noir Solutions, for the past 2 years. And over the past 2 years, he's also really experienced exponential growth in the company. And so I just wanted to get some thoughts and kind of interview James as to, well, first, James, what your company does, and then secondly, as far as the growth that you've experienced, tell us about that and what you think the key factors have been.
Well, let's see. We are a managed service provider for technology consulting. We work with small and mid-sized businesses to help them grow their business from the IT perspective. We're basically an outsourced IT provider, so most small businesses don't have the capability or the budget to actually have someone in-house. They don't have a need for it, but they do have needs to have someone manage their IT, and that's what we do. One of the things that we did early on was to find some very fast-growing companies. Those fast-growing companies helped us grow fast as well. So, you hit your wagon to a shooting star, it's going to pull you with. And that's what we kind of did. And that's how our growth really kind of took off. I'll say this, the growth, it's great, and it's been very helpful for us. It's also come with a lot of growing pains, right? So when I started the business, it was just kind of me and maybe one or two people that were kind of part-time, and I was the only one doing the books. Okay, that quickly became unruly, unreasonable, and I couldn't do it because now I didn't have time to actually do the business. I was focusing on the books. Were the books right? Was I doing the right thing? Was the invoicing getting them properly? So there was a lot of problems early on, so after the first year or two, I couldn't do it. I can't do it anymore. I need to get somebody in here. Actually, I think it was in the first year I couldn't do it. So I think we brought you guys in year 3 because I failed experiments with like part-time bookkeepers, and then I brought you guys in, and it really kind of helped drive our growth by taking over a lot of the day-to-day responsibilities for managing the bookkeeping, managing paying utilities and insurance and all that other stuff that you don't really think about until you get into that, which is really kind of vital to your company, because you have to have these certain things in place that they're like the cogs that drive the business. So.
Okay, so Reconciled Solutions took over a lot of kind of that day-to-day operations with helping with the invoicing, reconciling, paying bills, utilities, rent, all that kind of good stuff. Was there anything that you thought that we provided that really freed you up on a more strategic level?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the forecasting and budgeting was key because I didn't have it before, right? A part-time bookkeeper is just keeping the books. It's like, hey, here's what you need to pay. Here's our accounts receivable. Here's our accounts. Very, very basic, right? Very basic. So, bringing you guys in gave us the ability to get more in-depth information, and you have to put more processes in place to be able to get that information, which was important. So, it gave us the ability to grow.
Okay. So how do you typically communicate with us?
Via
email. Or
text.
Yeah. So most of the communication is happening through text, phone calls, email, electronic.
Typically.
Yeah.
Typically, yeah. Not so much phone, but typically email, text. I mean, that's my preferred method. But it also, I think it's probably way easier for you and your team to communicate that way as well.
Yeah. So what we've been able to do is to put the Noir Solutions issues into queue, and so by doing it electronically, we're just able to add things to queue so that we are able to get them on the to-do list and get them accomplished.
True.
So just back to your company for 1 second, and then we'll close up. I wanted to thank you for your time. If there's any advice that you could give to other business owners who are looking to grow quickly, is there anything you'd like to share with them?
Well, I think a couple things. I mean, look, one of the things I did, I bootstrapped everything, right? So having to do it that way, you definitely need you need reliable people you can trust who can help manage your money. Okay, so it's really important. I didn't want to take investors. I want to take, and I think you know that. I don't have any debt particularly. So, so if you're going that route, you got to be real cognizant of what you're doing and how you're spending it and where your money is at any given time. So it's very important. So if you have that reliable source that can help you with that, that's very important. It's going to help you grow, right? It really does. Obviously, having the right clients is a huge part of it too, right? So having the right clients, but it doesn't mean just because you have the right clients doesn't mean they're paying you. So that's a whole nother issue. And part of that is having somebody harass them and hound them to get payment. So that's a big vital part of what you guys do too. So those are the big things to be able to make sales, but then collect on those sales is a huge part of what you need to do to grow, obviously. So and just don't give things away.
So this was really helpful. Thanks again, James.
Sure.
And, big takeaway for me, honestly, was how James looked for the right client. He wasn't going to settle for just any client. He went out and researched the clients because he was as much a suitor to them as they were to him. So I think that was a really interesting perspective. I'm so very glad that we've been able to help him with the outsourced accounting, and I hope that there's more to come. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.